Basics of ALS as we understand it is actually it's a neuromuscular disorder, but what many people think it is a muscular disease because obviously the muscles are withering and atrophying, but what it really is a disconnect of all the nerve cells that are trying to make connection to those muscles, and that's what wither and die. The unfortunate thing is to watch my son Pete, who's been afflicted with this disease, have what they call these fasciculations or these tremors, and you can tell that it's the nerves trying to re-engage with the muscles, so you know the battle is being waged. First it started in his upper body, now it's down into his lower body. So that's the frustrating part of this disease.
So Pete's using an infrared machine that is called Toby, and it tracks his eyes so he can use the computer. Yeah, Pete will pull it up right now. He's got a track status, so he knows where his eyes are, and it calibrates to his eyes, and he basically can send out emails, go on Facebook, go on Twitter, and all with his eyes. So it's absolute fabulous technology, and he's very appreciative because it gives him a lot of independence throughout the day. We're going to have some lunch, and Pete actually woke up pretty early today, so he already had breakfast, and we did his pills, and then he goes out on the computer for an hour and a half, and then we have lunch, and then he'll probably go down for a nap in a little bit, and then we'll see what he wants to do from there. Maybe he might want to go for a walk with his niece around the neighborhood because it's a nice day out. So tomorrow Pete is going in for a feeding tube surgery. It's going to be a big procedure, but it should be pretty smooth.
Pete just got the feeding tube inserted, and it's one of those black letter days that we did not want to get to. It is difficult to be able to either insert a bag of feed that hangs from the curtain rod and goes directly into his stomach. It's something that you have to get used to, but once all of these things that have come into our lives, the constant use of the eye gazer software, wheelchair, being able to lift and pick him up in the shower or on the toilet, all these things that we never wanted to get to that point, it all becomes normalized, unfortunately. So this is another thing that's going to help him. So if you think about it too much, you might go into a dark place, but if you realize this is helping him, and we're just hoping and praying for any type of treatment that becomes effective. So it is a good thing when you strip back all the negatives.
Just another breathing machine, and gives him some energy and takes out the CO2 again. I can't talk though. It's really the top part of it. And really not. And really. Tension in your nose. Okay, I got it.
It's a terminal illness. It's 3 to 5 years, and that's it. There's only 30,000 people who have this illness across the country. Anything less than 200,000 means that it's called an orphan disease. In other words, there's so few people who have it that the awareness, the research, the funding isn't there. To add cruelty, Pete, who was such a strong athlete, being under 30 years old, there's only 3% of those 30,000 or 900 people like Pete in the country who have this. So we're trying to save his life, and the only way we can do it is through people talking about ALS, people looking it up and researching it, people donating to an appropriate charity, and a great place to start and to learn a little bit more about Pete's story and actually see some of his athletic accomplishments is go to PeteFrates.com.